Hello, everyone, and welcome into the Butt Fumble Sports Daily Show. It is so wonderful to have you with us on this Friday. You made it, everybody, to the end of the work week. Congratulations. I hope it was a successful one. We have a loaded weekend of sports ahead of us. NBA, NHL, Army, Navy, and of course, Week 14 of the NFL rolls on. For all of those that watched that Sunday night game last night, or that Thursday night game last night, shocking result. There were points, and there were points in the first half. The Steelers lose to the Patriots in a shocker. I'm sure there are plenty of fans up in New England that don't know whether they're supposed to be happy or whether they're supposed to be miserable about failing to tank appropriately. But the Patriots do get a win, and Zeke Elliott goes off for a lot of fantasy owners last night. Hope all of you who did start him are feeling good about yourselves. If you didn't, don't worry. We're going to give out plenty of advice on who to start today, whether it's a backup who needs an opportunity, whether it's someone who's coming in because of injury. Isaiah Pacheco is out. We're going to get into a lot of fantasy advice over the course of the show as well. We were also going to talk sports bets, and we'll talk DFS. If you guys need help with everything, anything, or you just want to listen to the conversation, welcome into Butt Fumble Sports, everybody. We are live across TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick every single day. So make sure you follow, make sure you subscribe, and hit that like button. When we hit 2,000 likes on TikTok, we are going to give out a pick. Every 2,000 likes on TikTok, we're going to give out a pick. So you guys know I'm pumped about what we've got going on throughout the show. Make sure that you're sharing the channel. Make sure you're one of those that are letting others know about Butt Fumble Sports. We're so grateful for your support every single day. We are going to answer questions live on the air. So if you do want to get in some questions, feel free. We are all about it. For all those watching the show, we are so grateful to all of you for being with us every single day. We hope you guys join us every single day, regardless of the platform, regardless of where you are, because we love talking sports with you every single day. With that said, let's give out some picks, everybody. The picks that you want, you can find them on the SHARPZ app if you don't want them throughout the show. I'm going to give out a pick just to get us going, and then I'm going to talk some fantasy football for you guys. But the first pick that we're going to give out for this Friday night is going to be the Magic on the money line, guys. Magic on the money line. First pick we're giving out to say thank you to everybody. Hope you guys are pumped about the show. 5-star Ginger, really appreciate you. Wonderful to have you with us today. Hope you're pumped about it. Majomes, it sounds like Ohtani has landed in Toronto. Does that mean that he is going to be a Blue Jay within the next few hours or days? Maybe. Leo, Nico Collins or Olave? Leo, I'm leaning Olave, but be wary. Derek Carr may not be starting there, so be wary. Zeke Adams, Mitchell or Gus Edwards? I'd go Gus Edwards. Zeke Adams, I'd go Gus Edwards. Chris, what's up? Hope you're having a great day. We Dem Boys, I'd go Pierce over Singletary. I thought Singletary was going to retake that RB1 job, but he didn't last night. Adrian Gotways, thoughts on my parlay? Melton on points, yes. And rebounds, yes. And Maxey on threes, yes. Adrian Gotways, I love it. Tony, start Jacob or Sutton. Tony, I'd start Sutton. Tony, I'd start Sutton. Do you guys want us to get into a question from a live guest? Let's do it. Live guest joining the show. Let's get Luke Grosso up on the air. Luke Grosso, what's good?
What's up?
How you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Oh, I couldn't be better.
I got 2 questions.
Go for it.
So I got like right now Jordan Addison and DJ Moore starting, and then I have Nico Collins. Should I pick up Christian Watson?
I don't think Christian Watson's going to play. I think he's going to be out with injury.
All right, thank you. And then, who do you think would be a better flex start, Nico Collins or Keaton Mitchell?
Wow, tricky. I'll probably say Nico Collins just barely.
All right, thank you.
Appreciate you. Have a great one, Luke.
You too, Sid.
Let's get another guest up joining the show, JRF. Let's see what JRF has to say. JRF, what's good?
I just lost Pacheco. He's out this week.
Yep,
so I
brutal.
Put David Montgomery. David Montgomery and Moster's up my running backs. I moved Montgomery from my flex. I have Hopkins, Javonte Williams, and Keaton Mitchell for flex.
Yeah. Tricky. Okay. Hopkins, Mitchell, and who was the third?
The Denver running back, Williams.
Right. I'd probably go Javonte Williams out of that group right now. I lean barely him over Hopkins.
Okay, that's what I was thinking myself. I appreciate it.
Appreciate you. Thanks for watching the show, JRF.
Thank you. Bye.
If any of you guys want to join the show as a guest, feel free to come on TikTok. We're happy to have you guys join. Let's get back to some of these written questions, though. Joshua Hill, McKinnon, or Higgins? I'd go Jerick McKinnon now that we know that Pacheco is going to be out. Brevin Jordan or Conklin? Joshua, I'd go Brevin Jordan just barely, I think. Though Dalton Schultz being back, I really don't like either one. JP, how about this? JP, when we get to 5:30, JP, hit me back with those questions at 5:30. I want to get to some people's fantasy questions. We Dem Boys, I'd go Clyde. We Dem Boys, I think I'd go Clyde. Chris McSherry, Javonte killed me this year. Thought he'd be a high-end RB2 at worst. Yeah, I thought he was going to perform a little bit better, but injuries got to him, and frankly, that offense isn't good enough. Adrian got ways. Oilers, Blues, and Panthers on the money line. Only one of those I'm heavily endorsing. We just hit 2,000 likes. You guys are absolutely awesome. Appreciate you guys tapping the screen. Because of that, we're going to give out a free pick right now, and we're going to go right to the NHL, something that was just brought up. I want to make sure I mention this game because it was already spoken about, and that is Oilers on the money line, guys. I like the Oilers on the money line, so that's a pick we're giving out for hitting 2,000 likes over on TikTok. Make sure, no matter the platform, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, or Kick, that you tap the like button. Really appreciate you guys supporting the show. Let's get back to some fantasy questions. Lopez, I'd go McKinnon over Higgins and Mitchell. Lopez, I'd go McKinnon over Higgins and Mitchell. Thanks for the question. COD, Stroud or Fields? I'd go Fields. COD, I'd go Fields over Stroud. Mitchell, start 3. Mitchell, I'd start Moss. I'd start Gibbs, and I'd start Jacobs. I'm not trusting Ridley. Tough defense that he's facing with a backup. I'm not going to trust it. EMN, start 1. Higgins, Singletary, or Lockett. EMN, I'll lean just slightly towards Singletary, barely over Lockett, but it's close. Lucci DeMeo, Drake London. Lucci DeMeo is asking Keaton Mitchell or Drake London. I love Drake London this week. He's a must start for me. Adrian Gotways, Devontae Adams, Garrett Wilson, or Rashee Rice. Adrian Gotways, I'd go Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams. Wingman, Cup or Hopkins. Wingman, I'll lean just slightly, I think, towards Cup, but it's close. Booty Balla, Moss or Saquon this week. Booty Balla, I'll lean just slightly, I think, towards Moss, but it's another close one. Bigger fantasy day, McKinnon or CEH. Jorge, I think it's CEH because I'm trusting the ground game more than the passing game, and that's where Jerick McKinnon shows up. Max, Aaron Jones this week, if he's a start, if he plays, I love him as a start. Just Jake, I'd go Rashee Rice over Swift. Just Jake, I'd go Rashee Rice over Swift. Shakers, which one do you pick up? McKinnon, CEH, standard scoring. It's CEH, especially because of the standard scoring. Dre Sid, Clyde Edwards-Helaire would be the same one for you. Jorge, does Rice have a bigger day now that Pacheco is out? I actually could see that being the case, Jorge, yes. Appreciate you guys being with us. Hope you guys are loving the content. If you are, hit that follow button and tap that screen. Every time we hit 2,000 likes, we give out a pick. Flappo, Clyde, Chuba, Dylan, or Reed in the flex. Reed's probably the safest play, Flappo, so I'd go Reed. Jordan, Cooks, Beckham, Rice for wide receiver and a flex. I'd go Cooks and I'd go Rice. I'd go Cooks and I'd go Rice. Let's get another guest up here. We're going to bring up Evan. Let's see what Evan has to say. Evan, what's good?
What's up, man? Calvin Ridley or Aaron Jones, if Aaron Jones is expected to play?
Calvin Ridley or
Aaron Jones.
I'd go Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones is the better play for me.
Okay, and I got McKinnon on the bench. You wouldn't start him over either of those guys, right?
I don't think so. I think it's a bit too risky, so I wouldn't do it.
All right, I appreciate it, man.
I appreciate you. Hope you're having a great day.
You too.
For all those watching the show, so grateful for all the support. Let's make sure we're getting all our questions in. Let's make sure we're answering as many as we can. Cameron Chadwick, pick 2. McKinnon, Downs, or Shakir? Ooh, good question. Cameron, I'd go McKinnon and I'd go Downs. I'd go McKinnon and Downs. Texas Tejano, Stroud or Love this week? Texas Tejano, I'd go Love. Texas Tejano, I'd go Love. Majomes, thanks so much for the gift. Let's give out another pick for everybody to say thank you for that gift being put up on the board. So let's give out another pick. This one's going up on our big board. Going back to the NBA. Don't have too many player prop bets today. Unfortunately, it was in transit, so I wasn't able to do as much research. But 76ers on the money lines, one I really like. A number of you are probably going to look to the player prop bets on this game. I don't think that's a bad idea. I'm taking 76ers on the money line. Check some player prop bets in that one as well. Think it could be a big score by the 76ers. Alex Gordon, I'd go McKinnon over Higgins. Alex Gordon, I'd go McKinnon over Higgins. Love or Lamar Jackson, very close. I'll go Jordan Love because the matchup, though. Juan, Njoku, or Kmet. We don't know who the Cleveland quarterback is, so I'll go Cole Kmet. Frank Hernandez, Hawkinson, or Ferguson. I think Hawkinson's probably the one that you have to start. But Frank, I actually think this is one of those weeks where you could start 2 tight ends. One at the tight end, one at the flex. For a number of you who have Ferguson and Hawkinson, or Laporta and Hawkinson, Kincaid and Hawkinson, this is a week you may want to consider starting both tight ends. Should actually be a good idea. Riyadh, start 2, Swift, Ford, Gibbs, and Pollard. I'd go Ford and Gibbs, Riyadh. Thanks for watching the show. Row ham and cheese, Rice, Puka, Ridley, London, sit 1. I'd probably sit Ridley just barely over Puka. It's very close, but I'd probably sit Ridley. Frost, Dobbs, or Goff. Frost, I'd go Goff, I think. Goff would be the one. Nick, sit 1. Brandon Cooks, Nico Collins, and Waddle. Nick, I'd sit Nico Collins. Thanks, Martin. We dem boys, Swift, Pierce, or Jones. I'd start Pierce. I think Pierce is the best play. Texas Tejano, I'd start Ferguson. Under the radar, start 2. Under the radar asks Mostert, Henry, Montgomery, or Swift. Under the radar, I'm going to say Mostert, and I'll say Montgomery just barely over Henry. Very close, though. Dre Sid, I'd go Rice over Jacoby Myers. I'm not interested in Wilson. I'd go Rice over Jacoby. Dre. Luke, I'd go Jordan Addison. You can write it or you can ask it, but I'll stick with what I said, Luke. I'd go Jordan Addison. I'd go Jordan Addison. Luis Garcia, Rice, or Brandon Cooks. I'd go Brandon Cooks. Derek, Madison, or Hopkins. Ooh, tricky one. I'd probably go Hopkins. Derek, I'd go Hopkins. Tony, start 2. Kyron, Mostert, or Eckler. Tony, I'd start Mostert and Eckler. Eckler finally has a good matchup. I know he's kind of feeling the hot seat a little bit, but I think it's going to be fine. Texas Tejano, full PPR, need 1. I'd probably go Gibbs, Texas Tejano, Gibbs over Bijan and ETM. Jorge, not worried about Knox coming back and Kincaid drops in value. I'm not too worried about it. Kincaid, I think, has gained so much credibility in that locker room and in that offense, even with some of his drops. Reversed, Fields or Love. Reversed, I'd go Jordan Fields. Sam, between Fields and Stroud, I'd go Justin Fields. We just hit 4,000 likes, everybody. We have another pick to give out. Every time we hit 2,000 likes, we give out a pick. Let's go back to the NHL. I only have 2 NHL picks to give out tonight, so let's drop those right away. First one was Oilers on the money line. The one I'm giving out now, I'm taking the Blue Jackets to cover the +1.5. That's Blue Jackets to cover +1.5. We've given out 4 picks so far. The picks we've given out are Magic on the money line, 76ers on the money line, Oilers on the money line, and Blue Jackets +1.5. When we hit 6,000 likes, we're going to give out another pick. Joe Smith, pick 2. Williams, Swift, Taysom Hill, or Jordan Addison. Joe Smith, I'd go Addison, and I think I'd go Taysom Hill. I think I'd go Adams, Addison, and Taysom Hill. Jack, Reed, or Mitchell. Jack, I'd go Reed. Jack, I'd go Reed. If any of you guys want to join the show as a guest on TikTok, feel free to do so. Love hearing your questions live on the air. DJ Reed, Bills or Chiefs? If you guys want my favorite bets of this weekend, make sure you go to our website, buttfumblesports.com, and sign up for the free newsletter. DJ, that'll be one of my favorite picks of the week. That'll come out on Sunday at 6 a.m. I'm not going to give out a pick right now, but in that game is one of my favorite game picks of the week. Make sure you guys check that out. Go to our website, buttfumblesports.com, to sign up for the free newsletter to get my favorite bets of the day. Not every bet that I'm going to make for NFL Sunday, my favorite bets of the day. By the way, the last 2 weeks in a row, we've only missed one of those. So, pretty good record we've had on our favorite bets. Scott, Dalton Kincaid or Bijan at the flex. I'm starting Laporta. I'd go Dalton Kincaid, actually. I think Bijan might have a tough time against that Bucs defense. Mangold, 68, Gibbs or Singletary. I got to go Singletary on this one just barely. The matchup against the Jets is very favorable for both running backs of the Texans. Martin Ramirez, who do I start? Bucks, Packers, or Ravens in a PPR? Ooh, tricky. I'd probably say the Packers. Martin, the Giants have given up a ton of sacks this year. I'll say the Packers are the defense to start. Too much for the bullshit. I'm going to go Mostert. Singletary splitting touches with Dameon Pierce has me a little bit concerned. I like Mostert a little more. However, keep your eyes on Mostert for health status. X-Gen, Hawkinson, or Laporta. Personally, I'd start both, but Hawkinson over Laporta is the play for me. Hawkinson over Laporta. Kyle Benton, Etienne, or Aaron Jones. Kyle Benton, I'd go Aaron Jones. Reversed, anyone for you to pick up? Or another one for you to pick. Sorry, pick 3. Reversed is asking me to pick 3 of these 5. Kamara, Achan, Kyron Williams, A.J. Brown, and Metcalf. The 3 I'd go with, very tricky on this one. I'd go Kamara, Achan, and I'll say Metcalf. I don't like the idea of not playing A.J. Brown, but frankly, Kamara, great play this week. Achan, good play this week. Metcalf, good play this week. A.J. Brown's got a tough matchup. I'll just fade it a little bit reversed. It's close, though. Under the radar, Rice currently in the flex. Sub for Kincaid, Reed, or Puka Nacua, or leave as is. Right now, I'd probably leave as is. Luis Garcia, I'd go Rice over McKinnon. GSEP 88, pick 2. GSEP, I'd go Brandon Cooks, and I'd go Aaron Jones. GSEP, I'd go Jones and Cooks. User 2739 asks, tight end pickup this week, Mayer or Otten? Great question. I'm going to lean slightly, I think, towards Otten, but very close. Appreciate you guys being with us. We are going to take one quick break really fast. I'm just getting some word that I need to address something, so we're going to be back in one quick second.